a mini game that gets played within my main game, Meta Hunters. This is where you pull up to an asteroid field, you deploy a tiny vessel into the asteroid field, and you go in there to mine. So let's go ahead and zoom in on our little ship here. There's lots of little rocks around. You don't want to go too fast through them, because you could damage your ship. I have a flashlight here that shines on the rocks. There's also a flashlight that shines outward, but it's not as strong, but the spotlight follows your mouse. So we are colliding with a lot of debris right now. Little asteroid there. And we're looking for an asteroid to either dock on, or it's getting very dense debris field. Better slow down. Okay, I think it's because there's an asteroid right here. We can see it. So let's go ahead and give our ship a little turn here. I'm gonna fire the thruster right now. I'm going to have to turn down the collision on the... I'm going to have to turn down the density of these particles, because that's insane. Imagine being in a ship having a particle hit every half a second. Okay, we're going to dock to this. I'm going to drill on it. It's literally like it's raining on us. We're in a huge particle field right now. So let's go ahead and push this guy out of the particle field. We'll use him as a little safety net. We'll stay attached to him. We'll zoom in on it now. See how it'll deflect away some stuff for us. You know what, we'll actually break away from it, and I'll just show you a pinging system. It tells us where our payload is. It's not finished yet. That's just what's called a placeholder, so that way I can get some functionality. And when it turns red, it means there's a meteor shower coming, which means we have to dock to a meteor and get behind it. You can't see it because it's below the screen, but my ship is taking a lot of damage from this particle field that I've flown into right off the bat. I'm still in here testing, of course. And so, let's see. It's getting an uncontrollable spin, and an alarm should start playing. I mean, I'm spinning extremely fast right now. I can zoom out to give some cadence on it. Very, very, very fast. Only one way to slow down, and that is to fire the thrusters in the opposite direction, as I'm doing now. There we go. Looks like we got another little guy here. And actually, the settings here, these are my developer settings. I just restarted the server, so this doesn't even, it's not even reacting properly when it comes to the light. View, decay. We turn that decay all the way down. We turn the intensity all the way up on our flashlight, on our little spotlight. So these are the settings on the right that I implement to help me test. And you can see all the fucking particles. We're in a huge particle field. When you get in these fields, you're supposed to attach to an asteroid. Because I'm in developer mode, I'm not going to die because I have death turned off. I technically have no health to my ship left. Let's get over here to this asteroid here. No, I hit the wrong thruster. Yeah, that would have damaged. That would have caused some damage right there. So you got to get kind of relative speed with it, and then you can dock. You can also mine from these. These ones that you see that look like this, they're on the top layer. You fly under them. And they're all around us. We're getting into a big asteroid area. Oh yeah. There's a lot more sounds to this game. I just turned particle sounds on. That is getting kind of, I guess, annoying. Come down here and so you have dust volume and occlusion volume all the way down. So that's a bug, I guess. I can turn the master volume down. I wonder if now we'll be able to hear our alarm. I'm going to get this rock spinning up, and I'm going to detach from it, and then I am going to unspin myself. And the rock is just going to stay spinning. I just find that really cool. I'm still following it and all. Okay, but yeah, so the point of this game is a mini game, and it's to go out and collect material from deep, dense asteroid regions, so that way you can get fuel for your main ship. This is an unmanned vehicle that you are controlling, and you are actually controlling it from a distance through a microscope. If I zoom out here, this is the microscope that we're in. The microscope's programmed to follow the craft and to spin with the craft, so you can stay first person with the craft. There's also a setting that you can turn on that lets it just spin freely. I don't have that enabled right now. But right now you're in this mode, you're sitting on the ship, you're looking over at, you're in a 3D game, by the way. The game is 3D, but when you pull up to these asteroid fields, it becomes 2.5D. And that's just to get some interactive gameplay. Real space physics in 3D is too hard to control inside of an asteroid field for this style. But if I give it a little bit of friction inside of space, it doesn't make it too bad. But this right now has no friction. When each puff I do adds. So let's zoom back in here. That's about as far as you can zoom in. Also, my light height is wrong, so you can see that it's still in div settings here. There's my light height. Let's hope I don't crash and burn. Light height supposed to be on 11. Hey, where'd you go? Why did it go all the way down there? Oh, we'll keep it on 10. Which is the exact same height as the 2D ship that we're staring at. So it's kind of half in it and half out of it. But yeah. It's actually a really cool game to play. Makes you, even this part makes you feel isolated and unprotected. Like you're out in the middle of a deep ocean, Um, but yeah, this is just one of those mini games that is not a core game of the game. Its only function is to give you material in deep space such that you can keep going. You don't run out of fuel, you don't run out of oxygen, you don't run out of water, that type of stuff. So let's attach this one last one here. Oh. There we go. I'm on a good attachment course here, and then we'll attach. Yep. It is a little quiet. You probably can't hear it drilling. We'll just give this guy a little bit of a spin, and then we'll counter spin ourselves. I do have metal scraping audio for when you're up next to it and it's spinning and stuff. You can hear that classical Transformers, you know, metal scraping sound. I got 7 of those sounds. They can all be intermixed together. You can see the shadows that are created on these asteroids make them appear as if they're 3D. You can see as I run the flashlight across it, there's low areas and high areas. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. So there's some low areas and high areas on there. The lights are so bright, and it's a metallic asteroid, so it's a little shiny. But this is actually just 2D images. This is just a 2D image like this, okay? And then what we do is we generate a height map for it, which is just a black and white map where all the white areas and all the black areas account for height. And we generate this normal map for it, and these are little tiny vectors that tell light which direction to bounce off based on which direction it comes in for each pixel of this 2D image. So when light comes down, let's say from the top left, and it's hitting on these portions, it's glistening into the camera and bouncing off as if this was a 3D object. And it's doing that, it's mapping these things to a sphere based on this sphere base height. So the white on this maps to areas that are high, and the black on this image maps to areas that are low, and everything in between is a height between that low and that high. And the algorithm here, from the outer edge of the circle to the center, has a sine wave to it. And so the height from the edge to the center makes a half sphere up into the screen. So that's what these height vectors are telling us. So these height vectors get their own normal map, and then they get mapped. Those are some old low resolution ones. Hang on. They get mapped onto these guys, and then they gets overlaid and added with it. So these height maps here become very white in the center and dark around the outside edges, making them a sphere. And then this detail gets mapped on top of that. And it's all procedural. So the game has, you know, a lot of asteroids, and it's made them all by itself. I didn't have to make any of them. Okay, so there's rare asteroids and stuff like that. But yeah, the game's pretty cool. You can see that I got the lights to light up on the ship. I just have them light up when you turn the thrusters on for now. That's just a developer testing thing. Oh, look. That's a rare one. Look, we found a rare one. That's actually really rare. Let's go ahead and mine it real quick. Looked like it bounced off and then attached oddly. I'll have to fix that. So I got a little bug. Well, I bet we got some cool ass bacteria or something off this. So then we'll just let it go. Actually, we'll grab a hold of it. We'll mine it again. See if there's anything else on there. You can't see the writing right below the camera here, unfortunately. There's writing down here. Get this thing spinning, detach, correct our own spin, and just watch this thing spin. I just find that super cool. Yeah, still a lot of, we're still in a heavy particle field. Isn't that something? I'm going to turn the particles down. They're just driving me nuts. I don't want them so high that they're annoying, you know. So we're going to adjust this. Dust radiation scalar, dust density scalar. Oh, I already have it down pretty low. Turn it down as low as it goes, 0.1. And all the ones that are around me are still spawned, but as they spawn in new, they'll be corrected. The shadow on the rock seems a little messed up. So yeah, I have settings for all this anyways. And now we'll just go until we violently crash. I have death turned off, but who knows, maybe we'll still die. Oh, we did die. We did die. Okay, we're back out of that high energy particle field. That's nice. So if you're moving in this direction, and then I spin my ship, it doesn't matter how much I spin my ship. I'm moving in the same linear direction, because this is all center of mass. Doesn't matter how much I unspin my ship. I'm still moving in that same exact direction. There we go. I've canceled it out nicely, and I'm still going in this direction. Oh, there's an asteroid over here. And so if I turn around and I go in this direction, let's say I want to go to that asteroid. Let's unspin myself. Let's go back to the asteroid. See, right there's the asteroid up there. No matter what I do, my linear momentum will continue on forward, upwards. And so, no matter how much I go left, see I'm still going up away from the rock. No matter how much I go right, I'm still going up away from the rock. The only way to cancel my upward trajectory is to cancel it with an upward thrust. Likewise, the only way to cancel my rightward trajectory, here I'll go right. Now as I go down, as I go up, I'm still going right. As I go down, I'm still going right. And so in space, it becomes very hard to maneuver. On a 2D space like this, it's not terrible. Especially since in a program I can make my ship perfectly balanced and everything. But in 3D space, this is a nightmare, because one little tiny bad force does this to you, and then you go to correct it, and it does this to you, you know. And yeah, that probably didn't feel so good. Boom. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you can see the particles. That's basically it. It's just a mini game. Peace out.